Well, that was weird. I'm gonna have to cut all that out. This did not go the way I wanted it to go. So I got to redo all that because I have an extension here, a USB extension here that's sitting down here. And so when I pulled my Bible here and my book, I had my book underneath my Bible, and I pulled it out, and everything fell, and I hit this thing. For some reason, it knocked everything off, and it didn't unplug anything, but my mic was disconnected. So I just said all of that without realizing my mic was disconnected, so I got to do all that over again. All right, so here it is, the physical copy of Masters of Eldreon. You know, Master of Gears. There's my name there, author. Spine. It's on the spine and everything. And then on the back here is the synopsis right here. It's a little longer than I want it to be. And then there's a picture of me, my pretty freaking face. And then a little author's bio right here that I just... So, like I was saying, for me, doing a bio is really weird. I've just never really contemplated doing those things. So, even like a small thing on Facebook, say something about yourself. I'm like, I like to write. I'm a Christian. I'm from Texas. I don't know. So, you know, I just put something together here. So it says, I wrote this. So Chase Orozco is an aspiring novel author from Texas with a passion for storytelling. The Word of God is a story of the gospel and a God who works all things to his glory for the good of those who love him. And this idea is found in Romans 8:28. And this idea found in Romans 8:28, Chase hopes to use in his writing. And that's my author bio. I've pulled that, like I said, I pulled this picture from like a Thanksgiving picture I did with my family once, like 2 or so years ago, because I couldn't find a picture. I'm supposed to have a picture in there of myself. I'm like, I don't really have a picture that would work. I guess. So I started looking through all my pictures. I'm like, oh, I guess this will do. I'll just throw that one in there. I don't care. So, like I was saying, this was not how I wanted to introduce my book. This is all exciting and everything, but so here you go. This is what I was talking about right here. That print size, really small. I know I'm going to have readers who are a little older than me who have struggled with reading with small print. So this is not really the font size I really wanted. And so I had to sort of redo all of it. So that means that this is the very first printed edition of this book, of this entire series, to be honest with you. And it's, so that's how big it is. So the new print is going to be around 500 or so pages. So let me give you an idea what that's going to look like. I'll be right back. So this right here, this is my very first overview book I ever got on an overview of church history. Bruce L. Shelley's Church History in Plain Language, 4th edition. It's a good book. I mean, if you're just getting introduced to church history, it's a great book to start with. It's, like I said, it's just straightforward. It's a very I mean, if you think this will cover in a very, you know, in-depth way of church history, you're out of your mind, because church history is massive. There's no way you can do it without multiple volumes if you want to do anything really in-depth, even remotely in-depth. So this is a very good survey. But anyways, I wasn't here to talk. Didn't bring us in here to talk about this book. This is going to be about the size of what this is actually going to start looking like when it's in its new version. But the problem with that is, and as I'm excited about it, I want my books to be kind of big. I like that. So that means it just looks, I mean, you know, think about it, guys. You look at a book that's like this big. I mean, is that a book? That's a tract, man. Come on, man. Write a book, man. I got Augustine City of God, and that thing is just, you can kill somebody with that thing. Just hurl it across the room. So the newer one is supposed to have a bigger print, font size, kind of like how Shelley's font size is here. So maybe you can tell the difference here. Let's see here. Let's compare I know I don't have the most high def camera here, but if you see that right there, this is my book. So that's that print size. And hopefully I won't have yellow pages like this is turning out to be. But if you look at this one, well, of all the pages I could have opened up to, I opened up to a freaking picture. You can kind of tell, like I said, you can't really read it because my camera's not very high def, but you can tell the print size is a lot bigger here. That's what I want. Because I know I'm going to have readers who, you know, don't read small print. I didn't, so yeah. Now the downside with all of that is I didn't want to do this, but I have to because of Amazon's policy. If the book goes around like 500 pages, like this is just over 500 pages, which is what my new version is going to be. I'm not sure I would call it a second edition because I didn't change anything content-wise, and I just made the font bigger. So I have to sell it at like $18. I didn't really want to do that. I don't want my book to be something that's really expensive. I could sell it for $200 if I wanted to. It says I can. I don't know why I would do that, but that, even though $200 would be really nice, but I don't want to do that to people. I want to try to get this into as many hands as possible, to just read and enjoy. It's my first book too, so go easy on me with criticism. I'm just kidding. If you got to throw stuff at me, you know, it's the best way to learn. Just get beat up a little bit by the critics. So I have to sell it at like $18. Just the way it is. So I wanted to sell it as cheap as I possibly could. $18 is it. It's up there right now, even though I have another copy coming, because this is not really what I had in mind with the font size. So I have my own author's copy on the way, another one. That's not supposed to get to me until like 3 weeks. I don't know why. This got to me in less than a week. I don't get it, but that's what it says. It says I'm going to get it in April 9th. That's like in 3 weeks. But the other thing too is this starts out just pretty much, you know, just like this. That just opens up straight away to the title and then goes right into the book in the very next page. No table of contents. So right now there is no table of contents. You know, I'm hoping I can change that in the future. I plan to change that so I can add a table of contents. For now though, this is it. And you know, I am like navigating a minefield right now, I guess you might say it that way. This is all a new experience to me, so obviously this is going to look pretty amateurish. I've tried my best to make it not look amateurish regardless. Just accommodates a natural reading experience as best I possibly can. But there it is. You can go buy the book on paperback right now if you wanted to. But the problem is I was hoping to get that newer copy before I did this podcast, but I'm not going to get it in like 3 weeks, and so should I wait 3 weeks to do it? I'm just going to go ahead and throw the announcement out there right now. But like, it's not like I did. Like I said, I didn't change anything content wise, so it's just going to be bigger, and it's going to cost you $18. I hate to do that, but that's just what it is. But for those of you who get the book and read it, I'm going to periodically, I'm just going to continue to make announcements. I got to promote my stuff. I guess that's just the best way to get it out there, right? So I'm going to promote my stuff more. I'm going to try to announce it more often as I start podcast episodes, just to get the word out. But I'll read for you the synopsis of this book here, of my book. Young Anastaria of the elvish clan of Inakadai, a magic master and possessor of an ancient lost power known as Prime Mastery, must embark on a mission across enemy Aeonman lands to investigate the magic readings her people found in a foreign land, all in an effort to find a mysterious foe, the Black Priest. By the way, Black Priest, that has nothing to do with the skin color of the guy. It's a title given to this mysterious figure because he uses supposedly black magic, but yet people have a hard time. He appears to use it to combat evil. So priests are known for, fighting evil and demons and stuff like that. And yet this guy uses black magic. So I put the two together, the Black Priest. Okay, so continuing on. But can she cross into enemy territory without being found out? Most of all, by the Aineman companions she meets? And being half Aineman herself, can she prove her elvish side is greater than her Aineman side to the people who adopted her? As she embarks on her quest, Anastaria is forced to confront things she once saw as clear truths, rights and wrongs, when she meets a young child with a special attachment to magic she has never seen before. To make matters even worse, she must decide just how much of the Aineman affairs she can resist getting involved with when she is confronted with a dark secret that threatens the northern world. Dark Skies explores Anastaria's opening chapter and how she disembarks on her quest. I should just say embarked. I should have just said that. Embarked on her quest to find the Black Priest. But the further she goes, the more she is left to wonder if he is an enemy or something else. So there you go. That's the synopsis of the book. I believe me, I tried to make that as short as I possibly could. I had even a longer version of that one because there's a lot I wanted to put in there. I just didn't know how to shorten it out to make sure I wasn't, because I know that people they'll read a short synopsis of a story and they sometimes get so short that other stuff that was kind of crucial to understand was left out, and there was other stuff that didn't need to be in there. It's misleading synopsises, I guess you could say, and I didn't want to do that. I don't want to have a misleading synopsis, so I try to put as much in there as I possibly could without getting way too big. So that was it. I might shorten it even more later on. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's all a work in progress, guys. I was up all night on Wednesday trying to, because after I got this, I'm like, what is with this font? It's not what I wanted. So I was up all night trying to fix that. I didn't get to do any writing since then at all. From Wednesday all the way to Friday. Even today, I haven't done really any writing. I did get a little bit of outlining for the Black Priest book, where Anastaria finally confronts the Black Priest and who and what he is or it is, all that stuff. You gotta read the books to figure out what's gonna happen. Especially the next one that's coming out. So there's this one. So let's picture. I'm gonna put a picture in your mind. I'm just gonna use Bruce Shelley's book here as just to help you understand here. I got to put this up on YouTube, by the way, because otherwise you're not going to get any of this. So Anastaria's story starts right here. Stratos' story is going to start right here. Now they're in the same world around the same time, but in two different parts of the world. So Stratos' book's not going to have Anastaria in it. And that's where the challenge is if, let's say you do actually find Anastaria's story interesting. Well, there's not going to be her at all in here, so I got to create another interesting character that you're invested in. I hope you will be in both of them. So I'm working on the one with Stratos right now. I'm finishing that one up. This one's obviously done. And in the third one, which is called The Black Priest, their stories are going to come together. And they're basically going to clash. And you're going to see how. But anyways, I've already found, I started reading this today. But I've found some areas that are potential plot holes that I'm going to have to either in a later edition fix, or it's not a big issue, not a serious one, if I'm careful and I basically tape it up, I guess you could say. And maybe that's not a good way to put it. I'm not promoting my book very well at that point. It's really just an issue of direction of where someone is going. I said that they were going one direction at one point, and then all of a sudden they're going in kind of a slightly different direction. So I'm like, oh, you're gonna fix that. So I'm gonna try to fix that. But that's all of that out of the way. Okay, so obviously I went over an hour, but I'm going to be cutting out a lot of stuff because there was a lot of technical difficulties here. So there you go, guys. There it is. This is the paperback copy. Like I said, you can go on Amazon and you can order yourself a copy and you can start reading it. Or you can wait until I do get the new author's edition copy and just make sure everything is good, and then you can go buy it. And I'll let you know that, okay, I think this is good. This is going to work, and you should be able to buy it and without any having small print or way too big or whatever, and it's going to be fine. You can do that. And in the meantime, while you're waiting, you can spend a couple extra bucks just getting the Kindle edition, because the Kindle edition is out there. So you can buy that one. That's cheaper too, by the way. That's like $7, I think, something like that. Because they don't have to print anything. It's all digital. So you can do that. And there you go.